Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsyreplays and welcome back to some replays. We have 3 replays for you today, all random. We've got a tier 9, tier 8, and we have a tier 10. In fact, they are all tank destroyers. They are all very, very good tank destroyers. And first up, on Black Goldville, we have Major in the Waffle. One of the most OP tanks currently at the moment in tier 9, especially TD wise. It's a fantastic tank, and it's the tank I receive probably the most amount of replays in, which I've said time and time again. The Foch 155, it did overtake it while it was in being broke, but since the update, I haven't really received a lot of Foch replays. I think maybe 1 or even 2 possibly, but this is the tank that over a number of months is just a regular. I receive probably a couple every single day of this tank because it's a fantastic tank. People are doing really, really well in this tank. I'm surprised Wargaming hasn't nerfed it somehow. I don't want them to nerf it. Don't get me wrong, I don't want them to nerf it, but I don't know the total stats, the overall stats on the tank, but just going by my replays that I receive alone, and Bushka's already said that he receives the same amount. He receives quite a lot on the Waffle, and probably so does everyone else that it takes in replays. So it's a great tank. It is absolutely fantastic. And yet again, we're going to see another fantastic battle from the Major here. So it's going to come down to the wire. It is going to come down to the absolute wire. So his team now has 2 tanks down. The enemy has 1 tank down, and he's not in a fantastic position. He's in a good position to get shots off on the Chieftain, but there's a lot of tanks around him, and there is 4 tanks. Hello, Lit Kieran. There's 4 tanks left alive on his team and 5 left on the enemy. But there is a KPF and the T-57 in front to the left. So it's not at the moment like he can run away. Here comes the T-57 Heavy. He started to rush him. He is going to go out and he is going to get a shot. Unfortunately, doesn't manage to get his shot off. And now you have the KPF coming round to the right. So at this situation, it's a 4-on-4. You have a KPF to the right and the T-57 Heavy to the left. How is he going to get out of this alive? It's just, he has a couple of TDs behind him, and stupidly, these 2 tanks right next to him have taken the attention of other tanks. Now, they could have cleared him. The T-57 alone could have cleared him with 3 shells, easily. Not even a HE. Like, he could shoot 3 AP shells, and he could have cleared him. But for some reason, both tanks just didn't want to know. And look at this. He is totally ignoring the T-57. Because what is the... Okay. The T-57 has gone for the lower hit point type tank. So, fair enough there. But they could have cleared him a long time ago. He goes for the HE shot there, which he probably shouldn't have. And all of a sudden, being on 585 hit points, he is alone against 3 tanks. He does manage to take out the Chieftain, and the T-57 Heavy will probably be reloaded by now, but there is also a Jaegeru that is coming round. So there's 1 shot from the T-57. He gets 1 shot in return. If he can high roll or even average roll, he can clear him, but he needs to be quick because the T-57 is just going to come around, and oh my god, he misses that shot. And he manages to take him out. What was that from the T-57? That was poor. And now there is not much he can do because there is a Jaegeru that is coming in. It's going to take him at least 3 shots. At least 3 shots to clear this Jaegeru. And the Jaegeru, sorry for the noise, the Jaegeru only needs to a HE splash. HE splash to the side of him or anywhere near him, then it will probably do enough damage to kill him. Now, the Jaegeru was probably the one that makes a mistake, and I do like that shot there. I mean, he's only going to use the HE, but to get the pen with the AP or the heat, he would have had to aim. Where with the HE, he just has to really go back, quickly take the shot, and go forward. And he wasn't in any danger, and he still does over 200 damage. If he can do that for a few more shots, then he is going to bring the hit points down from the Jaeger, maybe to enough where he can try and bait a shot, or if the Jaeger makes the mistake. Now, the Jaeger is going to make so many mistakes. Now, the first mistake is he's being greedy. He's being greedy. I personally would probably just back up enough, keep backing up until the camo is reset, or just wait. Just sit patiently and wait, because you have a base. It's supremacy, you have a base, and you are winning. So all you have to do is back up, keep backing up, maybe even to the red line, like he's doing now, but just keep backing up to that red line and be patient. He's not going to do that. Now, Major, he's on 6,400 damage. He's on 3 kills. So, with the damage he's going to be the one that wants the win the most. And you can see this. The Jaeger just keeps trying to push and push and push. But if Major wants to win, he has to pull something out of the bag, because the supremacy points is going up. There's only a minute left on the clock. What are you supposed to do in this situation? But the Jaeger just keeps on making mistakes. And you can just see, look here, he's decided, do I push, do I not? And Major is just going to wait for his opportunity. And he's going to get his opportunity. And the patience is going to pay off. So here comes the Jaeger. The Jaeger decides to maybe push. No, he's going to stop again. So Major, he risks that shot. He risks that shot. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay. But it does pay. But because he shot, the Jaeger is now trying to rush, thinking, right, he's just shot, I'm going to rush. And he shoots again. So again, the Jaeger is trying to rush. But because of that and the speed of the Jaeger, he's just now found himself in an awkward situation. There is 10 seconds left on the clock. You don't have to, on supremacy, you don't have to cap out. If he ends now, the enemy will win because they have more supremacy points. But he was just greedy, too impatient, and Major gets the fantastic win. 7,600 damage. Very, very well played. 1,789 base XP. Very nice battle there, Major. Thank you for sending me that replay in. Next up, we have Pink Unicorn Vic, and she is in, as we know it, one of the most broke tanks in the game, the WZ-120-1FT, the Chinese Tier 8 tank destroyer, broken premium tank. So that she is on Falls Creek, and when you're top tier in this, you can really bully the enemy with the armor, the gun depression, the reload, everything pretty much about this tank is OP. And you can see she's got her first shot off against the Tiger P. She is spotted, but she's still playing very aggressive, and she's still showing her hull. She gets a miss. I think that was the SU-152 who missed. And so she's going to just sit here and just pump out some damage. Another shot there on the SU. And while she's on a reload, she has to be careful now because of that T-28 defender who has taken the shot. So she's going to wait. I mean, she missed that shot there. She missed that shot, which when you've got a high max roll ready, try and take your time, because that could be the difference. That can be sometimes around 200 damage difference from your normal shell to a max roll if you do manage to get that max roll. I mean, the max roll on this is, what, 575 or something like that. It's a big difference when you can roll sort of like there, 375. There's a big difference. 200 damage for one shot is a massive difference. So if you do have the max roll, like, try and at least hit your shot. Doesn't mean you are going to max roll, but the chances are a lot higher of getting that max roll. So the enemy now are taking their attention to some of the tanks that have gone round. I mean, the Tiger 1 has literally gone on a full YOLO mode, but that was absolutely perfect for Vic, because that allows her to poke forward, get closer, and get some more damage, especially against this VK-45. So she does need to be careful, because one shot now from a heavy tank, she will be put on a one shot. And as you can see, she is now going to start bouncing a few shots. Now the SU-152 takes out the SU-152 on her team. So now she's going to poke forward. She's going to play a bit more aggressive. She's going to use that gun depression, and she's going to get some shots off on the VK. However, that was a bounce. And now, what are the enemy going to do? I mean, the red team are a tank up. If I was the red team, now they're 2 tanks up. This T-28 defender, the SU-152, they should all push her. They should all push her. The Tiger P, maybe not so much the VK. They should all have rushed her and taken her out. Because, yes, one of them might have died rushing. But if they died and she died, it will be a 5 versus 2. And there would be no way coming back from a 5 versus 2 with this team. So she's now reversed into this under this tunnel, so it now only allows one tank at a time pretty much to shoot her, and the Tiger P pretty much did no damage, and it now just leaves a 2 versus 3. There goes the VK. She really needs to take out the SU-152 here. It's got a big gun and it can do some nasty damage, and they are very low hit points, and that's exactly what she does for her second kill, now bringing it down to a 2 versus 2. So they're going to push the T28 defender, they're going to push together, and she gets another bounce. Now, I'm not sure how many shells this T28 defender has got left, if they're on a reload. If they're not, looks like they are. No, looks like they got one shell left, maybe, but they're trying to aim. They're trying to aim at the weak points, but when at the moment, two OP tanks, the Tiger 2 is very OP, not with the armor-wise, sorry. There's not much that T28 defender can do, and she takes him out pretty easily. Now just leaving a T49. T49 is a very quick tank, and both of these, I mean, the WZ is a quick tank as well, and you can easily catch up with a T49. You can't really outrun a T49, but with the pace on this, I mean, look, she's going 47, 50 kilometers an hour, which is pretty quick for a tank destroyer. So she's gone to try and cut off the T49 with the Tiger going pretty much left. She's going right. Hopefully they will be able to cut the T49 off. The T49 is on a full hit point. Full hit points, and she's now on 5,400 damage. So she's already done a very, very good job. The Tiger 2 is getting some damage. It does take some damage in return. She gets a nice HE roll there, and the T49 is going to push, which now allows her to get the final shot off, and she is going to get the kill. 4 kills, 1,790 block damage. She ends on 6,300 damage. Look at them credits, 178,000 credits earned as well. Very good play, very nice battle, and no other of the team finished above over 1,000 damage. So a mega carry from her there. Last up, we have Necromancer, and he is driving the Jaegeru, the JG Panzer E100. Another tank that I'm actually receiving so many replays for. I've actually done a video of the JG. I need to release it. Pretty much saying that it's a tough tank to play. It really is a tough tank to play. It's a team-dependent tank. It's a team-dependent tank. As you see in the previous replay with the Jaegeru, there isn't, when you're in the wrong position, you are absolutely going to get wrecked. You need hard cover, you need your team to support, and you need to put, sorry about that, shush. You need to put that gun to use, because it's one of the biggest guns in the game. Other than the Death Star, it is the biggest. I mean, over 800 alpha shot per shot. People used to moan about the Death Star because it does monster amount of damage, where using HE on this thing can still do 1,500 damage. But no one really complains about this tank, even though it has the armor, sort of. The armor is kind of flat. So you are going to get penned pretty easily. Nice juicy target there on the back chat. It does get a shot in return, but for me, that was worth that shot. 1,400 HE damage into that back chat, and he did take a shot in return, but that was definitely worth taking that shot from the back chat to get that amount of damage, putting the back chat on a one shot. So he's off the mark with 1,400 damage. Still lost a little bit of hit points in total. And now there is the Progetto 65 flanking around. Does manage to get the shot there, but now in these kind of situations, there's going to be tanks to the left, there's going to be tanks to the right, there's going to be tanks in front. You have to really choose your target wisely. Now, if the tanks to the right were paying attention, they could be getting some free damage, and now they have started to get that free damage from the KPF. So this is what I mean about the tank is all about positioning. You can't just roll up and think you're going to pump out that massive damage, because your armor is just not reliable. Your armor's not reliable. I mean, he's on 500 hit points at the moment. Only 500 hit points, and he's blocked none. He's blocked none at all. So they've had to back up. Is he going to... No, he's not going to try the HE shot there. He is going to go with the AP. Now, if the Peugeot was to rush now, it only needs 2 shells to clear this Jaeger-Roo. But it doesn't. It decides to change his mind, which is a one-shot. But why didn't these 2 tanks rush together? That is a lovely HE roll there into the Chieftain, putting him now down to a one-shot. And that was an important shot because he just now needs a splash damage into him. Doesn't need to pen him with AP or APCR or heat or anything like that. He bring him down to enough damage, enough hit points just to splash the HE. Now, there is only 3 tanks left alive. There's 3 tanks on each team, but the enemy has the cap point. There is 1 cap each, and they've now literally... The cap points are very, very close, but there's still... Even though it's the 3 versus 2, these 3 tanks are all pretty much one-shot. So 2 of them are going to be taken out pretty quickly, and there's going to be a mouse to try and deal with. But I'm more scared probably of the Death Star. So he's going to come around this corner, and he's going to get a nice shot there into the mouse, and he's going to back up. Now, the Waffle on his team can't really do much unless one of them pushes. Now, he does the right thing here. He's coming in at an angle, and there... When I said it in my video, you haven't seen the video yet, but when you are in the open, always try and go in at an angle. Always try and go in at an angle, and it definitely paid off for him here because he gets the bounce. Now, that bounce was quite lucky, and it was quite needed because if he would have got shot there from the mouse, he would have been left on probably less than 100 hit points, which will only mean that the Death Star only will have to splash him to get the kill. But as it happens now, again, the Death Star, just like the first game, it's all about patience. They are winning on supremacy points. All the Death Star has to do is sit back and wait. But he doesn't. He doesn't. Necromancer is playing it very risky here. He's decided to go up the hill. He's trying to bait the shot. He needs to do something if he wants to win, because the enemy team are now on 900 supremacy points. But again, the Death Star is going to get very greedy, and he's going to clear him with the HE. 7,700 damage. Well played, Necromancer. Thank you, everyone, for sending me your replays. There'll be some more replays tomorrow morning instead of a video, but there will be decent replays. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.